All right. Even when divinity remains silent, Renacita, Segue, I guess. Overture. Why is there so many names? Rust, Sword, and Sun head to Solace Tavern. While waiting for contact from the Ephor's Palace, you and Abby arrive at Solace Tavern, where you run into a blind wandering bard, Nestor. Having learned of the Ephor's invitation to the hunt, Nestor shares with you Augusta's stories before she rose to power. Oh? Did she invite us? I wasn't aware of that. Maybe I missed it. Where is that tavern again? Is that the place where we had, like, soul juice? Something? Heart pour. Heart pour with, Lupa. Alright, hit to Solace Tavern. Where is that fucker? Yep, this is the heart pour place. Do we just sit? Oh, this is the Abbey music. Oh, thunderstorm.
阴沉沉的天啊，好重的水汽。这么快就下雨了，我话还没说完呢。
Aww. Okay, that was fucking cute. That was adorable.
好冷，好冷啊。
Aren't there umbrellas here? I mean, a hot meal should warm you up, right? Your pizza might get wet, though.
是啊，肚子都要饿扁了。昨天急急忙忙从拉古纳赶过来，路上都没有好好吃饭。
Pasta!
我没看错吧？这么一大桌子好吃的。
He's so happy! Oh my god.
喂，挑拨者，那个钱拿够了没有啊？ 从酒店出来的时候，我们好像没带太多的东西。
It should be alright, right? I mean, isn't it in the terminal or something?
说到这个，钱的事倒不用担心。
Really?
奥古斯塔差人交代过了，我们这几天逗留在七丘的食宿费用会全部记到总督公的账上。
Oh, really? Alright, nice. Thank you, Augusta.
只是，这家店的老板 确实有些热情过了头。
哎呀，正常。毕竟你是大名鼎鼎的大决斗赛冠军嘛。
All right, I literally forgot about that. We won the Great Aegon. We so like there are perks there as well, and then we're also like, I guess the contact is the Black Shores, and then we also did help with the Black Tide situation temporarily. So I'm not sure if Augusta is aware of it though.
有我在，你就放100个心好啦。1、7、7、5、6、7、8个菜，我保证吃得干干净净。
Aw, he's adorable.
这个祈求总督还挺够意思的，酒店免费住，吃饭也不用掏钱。要不我们在祈求多待一阵子吧。
Though I'm not entirely sure about the hotel situation because I thought we were sharing with Lupa, and it was already covered.
这个闻起来也好香。
阿布，你说英白拉多留给我的会是什么呢？按照卡蒂西亚的说法，剩余的信息应该就遗留在七丘的桑古伊斯寿园。
Well, it's probably not a weapon. I don't think. If it's not a weapon, maybe some clues, or maybe it's like another segment of Imperator because they can like split stuff. Or maybe it's just information, so like a thumb drive.
现在我们离终点只有1步之遥了，步调却反而缓了下来。
别着急，我们这不是已经回祈丘了吗？我记得之前路帕说，桑古伊斯寿园的天上有一片怎么飘都飘不走的黑潮云。
Did she mention that actually? Or was it like a quote unquote retcon to give us some context stuff? I didn't remember that.
在那个什么涨潮期来的时候， 好多决斗士都会跑到兽园狩猎残像。是不是马上就要到涨潮期了？总督前几天发来的请柬上有邀请我们一起去参加选兽来着。说起来，今天应该是和总督见面的日子吧
Probably, I guess. I have no idea either.
早上信使传讯过来，告诉我奥古斯塔有紧急的事要出面处理，我和他原先的会面也因此耽搁了，起码还要再推迟一段时间。
And it's raining.
毫无预兆的变化，似乎是打乱了原有的计划。我总觉得有些不安。而且，奥古斯塔为什么想要邀我行猎呢？如果是和大决斗赛有关的话，我向信使问起过，除我之外，其他参赛者并没有受邀出列。
Oh yeah, she didn't invite Lupa. So I guess if Lupa is not involved, it might be related to the Thermodian, I guess. Oh, probably. But it's odd that they didn't get Lupa as well, because she was technically our partner and she's a good fighter. So I guess more firepower is a good thing.
说不准是总督看你厉害，想和你切磋切磋呢。气球人不都是这个样子吗？
是吗？虽然只有几面之缘，但我感觉他不是一个简单的人。况且坐在总督这个位置上，他真的可以这样肆意随心吗？
No, actually, I don't think so.
来自异乡的朋友，你有一双澄澈的眼眸。不过，究竟是什么令你如此忧虑，让这灼亮的双眼，如高地的晴空一般，染上了暗淡的阴云
？This dude looks so different from the typical Septimonians. What the hell? And he's wearing like purple stuff.
一个行走在刀锋上的战士，不会为了琐事而困扰，除非你所挂怀的是那高居于王位上的身影。
The clouds are cast from the throne. What does that mean?
卡壁托山的最高处，总督宫苍白石墙的阴影下，埋葬着无数幽暗诡谲的隐秘。那其中关于权力角逐的部分，最为错综复杂。即便纯粹如可敬的总督，也必须懂得一些严酷的手段。至少，在七丘这座由铁与血浇筑的城邦中，一个单纯的想要攀上王座的人，与主动走向屠场的羔羊，并无区别。
And you are, kind sir.
流浪诗人聂索。这个季节，七丘的雨不会结束得太快。既然如此，
Are we just gonna
假
chat?
如您对总督心怀好奇，恕我冒昧。若能借此机会，为大决斗赛的冠军尽一份薄力，将会是聂索无上的荣幸。
But how do you know what we are and who we are? Because you can't see us. You have this piece of paper on your face.
喂，你是怎么知道他就是冠军的？还有总督的事。你的眼睛，难道是我们刚才说话太大声了？
Well, yeah, he's blind. His blood trickling from his eye area is indicative of anything, and it was also in the quest dialogue, the quest
看与
description.
听，并非是窥察万物的唯二方法。依赖五感，只不过是人们遵从习惯、自然而然的选择。实不相瞒，最近我正为着笔新的英雄诗歌搜罗灵感，而这一作的主角，恰是当今的七丘总督奥古斯塔。
You know, considering everything we know about Christoforo and his gathering inspiration for his stories, I would be very sus of this guy.
所以有关总督的诸事，我大都能谈上几句。我的直觉告诉我，你与他的故事，会落笔在不远的将来。我想，能够事先了解同行之人，对你来说并非毫无益处。
Then tell me about Augusta.
奥古斯塔，一个不起眼的乡下女孩，一个天赋无奇的平庸共鸣者，一个不受贵族庇护的庶民，竟能在群狼环伺的七丘城，踏出一条光明的长路。要知道，恒星在成为辉煌的烈阳前，不过是宇宙中一片无光的尘埃。
Yeah, a cloud of space dust and nuclear fission, I guess. Or was it nuclear fusion? I'm not sure. Oh, the guy's gone. Oh. Dear guest from afar, do follow me into the near-forgotten stories of Augusta, but simply telling it might be a bit dull. Wait, oh, I didn't realize it was wiggling. What methods do you have in mind? What do you want? Oh. Perhaps having a listener become the protagonist of such stories might be a good option. This should add a more immersive touch to the sounds and images you've yet to hear and see. No, can you stop? At this moment you are Augusta. You shall relive her past, face the same choices she once made. Thus, please forget your name for now. Are we role-playing? Yes, this is D&D. Let me roll a dice to check for, what is it called? Check for, I haven't played D&D for like a long time. Of course, Augusta's story is already written. No matter what choices you make, they will not alter our reality. Yet be wary. Fate is fickle, and a misstep can lead to a swift end. Weigh your choices carefully. I understand. Well then, let the story begin. Set aside the complex thoughts, and let me sing the epic of a young girl, Augusta. Take a deep breath. A gentle, warm light begins to blur your vision, and you slowly close your eyes. When it clears, a small, frightened girl clutching a sword stands amidst the ruins. A group of solemn Septimontian gladiators stand guard around her. Hey kid, are you alone? Don't be afraid, we know what the Dark Tide did to your home, and we're here to help. Boldly observe the man in front of you. Timidly observe the man in front of you. Oh, I have a choice here. Different choices will change the corresponding stats value. Okay. You must be hungry. Here, this should be enough to keep you from starving from now. Take the food offered by the gladiator. Refuse the food offered by the gladiator. I didn't manage to read that. We can take you to Septimon City. It's not safe here. We don't know when the next disaster will strike. Staring at these ruins won't change anything. Even if you rebuild these walls 1,000 times, they'll never hold against the Dark Tide. You don't have the strength to stop it. Bring your sword and come with us. Grip your sword with determination. Let go of your sword. Yeah, let's go. The gladiators shake their heads and pat your shoulder. Follow them. Look back at the ruined village. I guess? Follow them, I guess. Remember to maintain a stats balance. Story ends if a stat drops to 0. Alright, if you say so. A story chapter is complete once the corresponding goals are met. In the end, you choose to leave the village. The gladiator's words reveal a bitter truth. You lack the strength to protect the home you're leaving behind. In your travels, you engage with the gladiators. Stay quiet. We engage. Following the gladiators, you arrive in the city of Septimon by ship. You wave them goodbye after arriving at the central square. Meanwhile, you notice the square is crowded with citizens. Show your awe of the city, remain quiet and anxious. A poster for the gladiators at Aegon is pinned to a wooden board. The air is filled with heated chatter about the upcoming match. Draw closer to the crowd. The gathering people push you towards the crowd. I guess we have to take more incentives this time. You must know Septimon reveres strength. Here, only the victor reigns. That is a law older than the city itself. You notice the passion filled the eyes of the Septimontian. You notice the disdain. Eat or be eaten. Such is the way of the city. To survive, you must find your bite and seize the crown with your own teeth. Continue. You can't stop thinking about this conversation. You realize that gladiators are the very symbol of strength in Septimon. If there's a way to dominate the arena, Maybe you'll find the strength you're looking for. Quietly leave the crowd. As you leave, you notice that 3 words stand out in the incessant chatter. Identity, status, and talent. They seem to be an essential part of gladiating. There are always those commoners who view the Aegon as mere boring displays of butchery. But we're hardly entertained by the sight of rats shrieking in the dirt. What we crave is true magnificence, a warrior who can make roses bloom from blood. Want to have a little bet on how many mangy rats are going to try out for the Aegon this year? Them and their stench be stinking up the place. You're slightly concerned about your status and talents? Ignore the words. You are determined to step into the arena. The rules demand a mentor at your back, someone to keep death from claiming you on the first day, and perhaps even teach you to fight through to the end. Continue. By hitting several dead ends, you eventually come across Kato. Kato is a retired gladiator star but takes on few prodigies. So, you want to join the Aegon, you say? Why don't you start by telling me a little about yourself? You recall the discussions about the gladiators. Identity, status, and talents. People in the city of Septimon seem to value these more than anything. You choose to speak honestly about your past, or a lie. I guess honesty. The dark tide took your home, and you came to Septimon seeking strength. Is that so? You've got some mental, but that's not going to cut it here. Go home. People like you always show up with nothing but fancy dreams, only to see them crushed and trampled. I've seen enough of idiots like you. Oh, whoops. What now? Still here? Are you? You think your stubbornness will change my mind? Pathetic. Look him straight in the eye and tighten the grip on your sword. Alright then, let's have a duel. Land 1 strike and you win. If you manage that, I'll teach you how to be a true gladiator. This duel here is your entrance test. Accept the duel after great deliberation, or accept the duel without hesitation. Blades meet in a sharp clash. Kato moves with practiced ease. You are quickly defeated. Strengthless. Do you realize how weak you are? Which is why I want to become a gladiator. Which is why I'm seeking power. Heh, do you really know who you're fighting against? Can you really best me? You can't. Now, how do you plan to end this? Give up? Challenge him again the next day. Back for round 2, are we? Country rats like you sure are pestering as the city folks say you are, huh? Defend and attack. How do I press? Just like last time, you aren't much of a challenge. You're swiftly beaten once again. Go back. This is not your path. Continue to challenge. Too slow. Too weak. Your foolish swings only bring smiles to your enemies. Then I'll be stronger. Then I'll be faster. Is that your best? How naive. Well, I guess a rat that lives in the dark is never meant for the sun. Checkmate. You've lost. Challenge him again. Why don't you sell your sword? It'll get you some food at least. You stand before Kato again, dragging your exhausted body, nearly at your limit. I can still fight. I'm about to collapse. No, let me pick the other one. The wind swept up by the blade whispers past, and you're suddenly home. Soft sunlight cascades on the gray oak leaves, and you hear your friend's laughter, your parents' gentle calls. But in the very next breath, a bone-deep chill engulfs you. That touch, you know it all too well. Thoughts race across your mind, and your hands instinctively grips the sword hilt. I won't surrender. I can't stop here. You seize the opening and land a hit on Kato. Continue. Kato hands you his sword and turns to leave. Oh, catch the sword, it's rather heavy. Call out to him. In Septimon's arena, the victor claims the weapon of the defeated, a symbol of conquest. This sword is now yours. But he didn't take ours. Conquest. If you're determined to bite off that crown, do not fall before you get there. Augusta, that's your name, isn't it? Nod. Yes, I am Augusta. The moment you step into the arena, you will lose this name. The spectators may brand you with a number, a symbol, or even the name of some wild beast. I have no other choice. I am prepared. And only the last one standing has the right to reclaim their true name. By then, all will be chanting your name. Augusta, You have conquered their hearts and win their applause even without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will I see the day? I will make the crowd cheer. I will make them know my true name. Training starts tomorrow. 6 sharp. Right here. Nice. Let's go, Augusta. Epic as the Blazing Sun Chapter 1. New arrival in the city. Completed.
以无数次失败换来的胜利，笨拙的做法，究竟是该说他坚韧，还是固执呢？
Both, I guess.
又或者，这是一个失去一切的女孩唯一的选择。她能依赖的，只有自己；能抓住的，也仅有手中的剑。不过说到底，作为一部英雄史诗的开端，这样的情节太过寻常。在悲鸣之后的时代，我在索拉里斯焦灼的土地上。 听过太多类似的故事。不可否认，我们的时代的确成就非凡，但判断非凡与否，从不取决于故事的开端。勇气、荣耀、崇高，这些不朽之物，被铭刻于历史的碑石之上，但它们从不疏忽而至。
Where did everyone go? Did they just go home?
它们轻盈如线，飘渺如风，无声无息地穿梭于命运的路口，无休无止地纠缠着每一个微不足道的选择。
Abby, what's wrong? You doing okay there?
就是有种很神奇的感觉，也总觉得这位诗人先生说的奥古斯塔和我们在大竞技场上见到的总督很难联系到一起。
Because she grew up, she was like, how old was she in the story? Like, maybe she has like a decade less experience.
背井离乡的少女，为寻求力量的答案，来到卡比托之巅的永恒之城。没有身份、地位、财富，或许在当时，也从未有人能预料，她会有如今的建树。
No, there might be one.
你是说，卡托？
Well, because she proved herself, she didn't necessarily have trust in her in the start.
你认为最后的那场比试，是卡托有意给予的机会，而那些苛刻的言辞，也只为激起奥古斯塔的斗志。
Maybe he had long grown tired of that corrupt system.
这么说，卡托也是一位怀抱理想之人啊，竟愿意相信一个毫无资质的女孩。来吧，让我们把这个问题放在心里，继续看下去吧。
Continue chatting with him. Where is that all to the game mode? Are you ready to listen to the Epic of the Blazing Sun? Yep. Oh, Chapter 2. Dawn breaks with a pale glow. A month has already passed under Kato's training, and today the grind continues. A little rest won't hurt. I'll go later. Stick to the training schedule. You arrive at the training site. Repeating the same moves over and over again has begun to wear on your patience. You notice some gladiators training in moves you've never seen before. You decide to stay focused and keep to your own training. Peek into their training. I guess. Stay focused. You reflect on your training. It was always you alone, facing the wooden post, patching yourself up over and over again. Endure and push through. Give in to sadness. Hell no, we ain't giving in. Days slip by, and the gladiator's Aegon draws near. Today, Kato will give you one final lesson. I've done all I can to prepare you. Now, you're on your own. The training ends today? Is this a graduation ceremony? Here's my final task for you. Tell me, why do you want to become a gladiator? What pulls you through this training? You already know the answer. Your ideal has never faltered since you left home. To be strong enough to protect others. You meet Kato's gaze, and he reads the answer in your eyes. Offer Kato your thanks. I remember my true ambition. In the meantime, a flicker of desire crosses your eyes. You recall Kato's words from when this all started. By then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. You will have conquered their hearts and win their applause even without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will I see that day? I very much look forward to it. I will make it happen. You're aware that sponsors for the Gladiators' Aegons are mostly nobles and wealthy merchants, figures beyond your reach, except, perhaps, in the underground arena. These are all top-of-the-line merchandise I've got here. Care to take a look? Like products on display, you and a few other gladiators stand in the middle of the underground arena, scrutinized by nobles and wealthy merchants in stands. One by one, those beside you are chosen and escorted away. Step forward, volunteer yourself. The audience cast their gaze in your direction. However, all you receive is constant laughter in return. Visions of your home's ruin flash within your mind. Glimpses of their lavish lifestyle flicker through. No, let me pick this one. These laughs. So, they really did have a hand in that disaster. The dark tide alone did not destroy your home. The rot in high places also played part in your home's ruin. When the dark tide struck, those with power and wealth continued their life of indulgence and luxury. The might of these gladiators existed only to serve their desires. Silently, you swear to shatter these rules. The fire of anger ignites in your chest. Well, well, a village girl with unremarkable forte dreaming of power and strength. I can't remember the last time Septimon had a joke this amusing. Try, and you'll see. Show them your sword. What can you offer? Prancing around like a circus clown scrambling for your life so we can all have a good laugh? Or do you think playing innocent will win you favor? Don't underestimate me. I never disappoint. Anyone interested in this one? After all, watching the weak struggle is always a fine source of entertainment. You give the nobles a chilling stare as they talk in whispers. You bear some anticipation that someone will pick you. Entertainment, you say? In Septimont, strength defines worth. We shouldn't be so quick to judge a gladiator who offers herself. You turn your view towards the voice. With heavy steps, a well-dressed noble walks down from the stands towards you. He smells a rotten stench. It's unlike the smell of rats of the Septimontians had put in, but a foul odor of power and wealth. You frown at the old-school noble. Silently clench your fist. I engage only in profitable ventures. To stand in the arena, you must prove your worth. I have three trials for you. Survive them, and we may speak further, brave young lady. You accept the noble trials. Though trials is too fine a word for something intended only to break you. Outside the walls of Septimont City lies a wasteland plagued by the dark tide. Your homeland. It is now different from the home you remember. Returning home, you can't help but feel sentimental. They say a ferocious lion beast corrupted by the dark tide prowls deep within a cave. No common blade can cut through its skin. Your first trial is to slay that beast. The noble, however, decides to strip you of all the equipment but a dull sword. I have no choice but to accept. A dull sword is more than enough. The mountain trail winds like a serpent. Among the charred tree slumps, dozens of bleached skeletons lie scattered. You suspect you're getting close as you continue towards the unpleasant smell. The first rays of sunlight split the clouds. The cave reveals itself, breathing death. Before you get a clear picture of the cave, a crushing force presses down upon you. Try to break free. Shh! Get down! Are you trying to get yourself killed? Hold your breath or you're alerted. Do as he says. You turn around and see a hunter. Just then, a massive beast roars and walks past where you're hiding. Secretly stare at it. After the lion beast has left, you apologize to the hunter. It was thanks to him that the beast did not notice you. Going by these clothes, you're a Septimon gladiator, eh? Heh, I used to be just like you. Lost a big match, got tossed up by the nobles, and ended up like this. We're nothing but their playthings. The skills honed for battle are now merely tools for survival. Septimon has abandoned the strength it desperately needs. You pity such reality. Only a madman will go after that lion. I know what I'm doing. I have my reasons. His words are rough, but he eventually tells you everything he knows. You bid the hunter farewell and make preparations for the hunt. To gain more knowledge of your prey, you choose to silently observe the lion beast in the following days. After a few days, you manage to grasp an overall behavior pattern of the lion beast. Then, you march towards the deep cave. Enter the cave. Deep within the cave's entrance, you tread softly. Then, a sudden dread freezes your steps. Between the flickering torch flames, a monstrous shape appears. The lion beast. Fire from the nether dances amidst its golden mane, while claws like scythes tear wounds in the earth. As you expect, your sword fails you. It's ineffective against the lion. Before you can take the breath, the lion's thunderous roar storms you again. You decide to quickly analyze the cave's environment, dodge its attack, and search for a weak point. No good. Can't find an opening. It's moving faster and reaching further. Can't keep this up. If strength alone isn't enough, perhaps I can borrow some help. Just before the lion beast pounces at you, you slash with all your strength at a stalactite above. It crashes down into the lion's gaping jaws. It's not over yet. It still has to fight. You land on its neck. It lunges to seize you, but your swift dodges force its claws into a deadly knot around its throat. Seeing your chance, you give a final pull, and the beast strangles itself into frantic struggle. Guess using the environment is one way to do it. The trial has ended, and you drag your exhausted body towards the stream. Clear water cascades down the mountain valley, and the dense forest slumbers quietly in nature's cradle. You rinse your blood-stained hands in the water. The clear stream slowly turns red. The birds scatter and the fish vanish. You sense the forest's unease at your presence. Are they afraid of me? Are they afraid of my power? The critter's panic plunges you into reflection. For the first time, you realize that power can instill fear. You are still somewhat shaken. You desire more power. With no time to rest, you approach the nobleman again. He imposes a second trial upon you. What is it this time? I know the full well that the next one won't be so easy. Killing a mad beast is hardly an achievement. I'm sure you're aware, girl, that all warriors of Septimon have 2 lives. 2 lives? Kato seemed to have mentioned this before. One by their parents and the other by their sword. You may consider the sword in a gladiator's hand as their life in the arena. For your second trial, bring me 100 lives. Yes, prove to me you are worthy of standing in the arena. Turn with disgust as you wave to accept. Calmly accept. To get the admission pass for the Aegon, you start the second trial. Day after day, you fight gladiators of Septimon. As your reputation grows, so do the spectators. They don't care who you are, but only want to see when you will fall. Look, it's that girl again. Didn't think she would get as many wins as she did. Just look at the size of her. How will she even carry those swords? Ignore their comments. Focus on the opponent before you. You have grown used to this kind of noise. The defending cheers numb your fatigue. Your sword now rests against your opponent's throat. Spare the opponent and wait for the next challenger. Suppress your desire to kill. One by one, the gladiators you have challenged grow in numbers. Those you've defeated kneel before you, offering their swords, symbolizing their honor with both hands. Steadily plant the opponent's sword into the ground. Even in Septimon, there will be a limit to the opponents who prove a challenge to you. Eventually, you will need to seek out tougher challengers. You have targeted Victor, a frequent champion in the Aegon from one of the noble house. Do you have any idea who his father is? His lordship is the largest sponsor of the Aegon. Power, wealth, those aren't things brute strength can rival. Victor has the best mentor, the finest weapon. Oh, so what? The house behind Victor comes to you with an offer. A perfect job and a substantial fortune if you walk away from the duel. Rip the contract. You reject the bribe without a second thought. Humiliated, the noble servant spit curses in your face. Say nothing. Avoid altercations. Respond calmly. You ignorant country peasant. Do you know what it means to refuse a noble? You shall suffer for your arrogance. When the time comes, don't expect any pity, as you won't be getting any. Ignore the servant. I, the scion beside the servant. The scion silences the rambling servant and tears up the contract. Let's go. There's no point in talking sense into an ignorant fool. Then again, I'd appreciate it if you don't waste too much of my time in the arena. They throw a bag of credits away as a way to humiliate you, following it up with sarcasm and mocking gestures. They attempt to overwhelm you with their pride. Retaliate with the same insults? You feel nothing. The day arrives. Victor accepts your challenge with his honor as nobility of the stake. As nobility as a stake. You remember well the haughty look he wore but a few days prior. But the nobles wield only words, not swords. Victor knows nothing about swordsmanship. You easily defeat the weak, incompetent scion and casually lift his pretty helmet with the tip of your sword. Stare at the watching nobles with contempt. Approach the noble seats. I have won, and achieved it without wasting your time. Do you see? Your gilded lies shatter before real strength. Toss the helmet back to Victor. Step on the helmet. The crowd erupts in cheers and applause. The nobles, unable to deny your triumph, lower their heads. You return to your lodging to count your trophies. 99 swords, 99 opponents defeated. Now only one life is left to claim. Most gladiators have long feared your reputation and dare not challenge you, except one. Aridel, the rising star of the underground arena. Unlike you, he was born with strong forte. He is undoubtedly the king of the arena. Talents no longer matter to me. A sword tempered by countless battles is no less sharp. Amidst the chanting of the name Aridel, you arrived as promised. Even the old school noble is present this time. As always, the spectators crowd the arena. Your opponent's towering physique dwarfs you, and his crushing presence brings to mind the fearsome lion beast. After several exchanges, you notice something unusual. The floor is too slippery to gain a foothold, and Aridel's armor is unusually heavy. You are all too familiar with the noble's despicable tricks. Are they rigging the match in our favor? Anger brews within you. Keep calm. You shift your pace, luring Aridel into the very trap meant for you. After a few more seconds, his steps grow loose, his reactions sluggish. Seize the opportunity. Your sword stops just before the neck of the Septimon's strongest gladiator. The entire arena falls silent, and almost immediately the crowd erupts into applause. Stab! 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 What? Is that so? Kill! 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 Now? Right here? Aridel closes his eyes and accepts his fate. Victory is already mine. Let's leave it there. In front of everyone's watchful eye, you only take Aridel's sword. You then bow your head towards the audience before turning to leave. You feel a sense of relief. You feel the people's gaze. Live! 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 Look back at the crowd and wave. Leave the cheers behind you. The next day, you arrive before the old school nobles with 100 lives. Aridel is merely made of Septimon flesh. Above him stands a far greater force. I'm ready for the third trial. Power beyond any Septimontian. Your third trial is to earn the blessing of the Arsenosa. He never planned to let me pass the trial. This is an impossible feat. I know Arsenosa. It has never tasted defeat. People say its peak no humans can ever reach. The last wall of Septimon, but I have no reason to yield. I accept. This is an insurmountable challenge that stirs the thirst for victory in your blood. You accept the third trial, to confront the guardian of Septimon, Arsenosa. On the eve of the third trial, you return to the training grounds once again. While you wait for Cato, you find yourself standing before the familiar wooden post. It has been your most enduring companion in your pursuit of true strength. Well, not particularly an easy path, is it? Tell me, what did you learn from this path? Strength can be destructive. Strength brings conquest. Such is humanity's oldest rule. Augusta, I'll be there for your last trial, and I will call your name for all to hear. Thank you. I will not stop here. Back in your room, you stare blankly at your stacked collection of swords. These trophies symbolize strength and conquest, but how will you show them to the world? You've once heard of a tale of a legendary gladiator. A gladiator who would always fuse their opponent's swords with their own after victory. Oh, is that how Augusta's own great sword is? Now you decide to tread the same path and stand before the smithy. Stop outside the blacksmith's forge. Gaze at the flying sparks from the blacksmith's forge. You wish to demonstrate your strength, yet now you still seek to do this with the power not of your own. Watching the blacksmith's hammer rise and fall, and seemingly impractical idea emerges. In the end, you use your forte to fuse all swords into one. Feel the power. Grip the heavy sword in your hand. Your forte never stands out among resonators, but its insignificant power is enough to be stronger than the forge fire and hammer swings. The day of the final trial has finally arrived. You walk to the arena center with your newly forged sword. The bronze horns blare from atop the 12 stone pillars. All eyes are on you. Everyone is eager to witness how a human will rival the strength of Arsinosa. Survey your surroundings. Take a deep breath. Suddenly, a rumbling roar cuts through the noise of the crowd. The nobles' banners flutter and fall. A colossal shadow swallows the sunlight around you. Arsinosa appears. Arsinosa's mountainous size catches your eye. There's a slight ringing in your ears. It's awake, a noble shrieked. Arsinosa stands silently opposite you. Slowly, its eyes open, slowly watching you. Coldly watching you. Rest your hand on the hilt. Focus and stay alert. With a sudden sweep of her tail, the lioness shatters the stone pillar. You roll aside, barely dodging the flying debris. A chill seeps through to tear the cloth in your left shoulder. Take the initiative. Take a defensive stance. The screams of the stands are soon drowned by the lioness's roar. The wave of sound and dust rips past your ears. You can taste blood on your lips and tongue. Ignore the pain and tend to the wound later. Quickly patch yourself up. Her second attack comes without warning. You barely have time to react before your sword rises to meet her descending paws. This strike shall be my all. Recall your previous encounters from previous battles. You manage to withstand Arsinosa's fierce attack, and at the moment it withdraws, seizes the opportunity to thrust your blade into the ancient crack in his right foreleg. Golden blood spills the arena. Look up at Arsinosa. Steady your breath. Arsinosa seizes her attack, her mane brushing against her blood-stained face before she lowers her head. The arena shakes with applause. You hear the crowd chant your name in honor. I have passed the final trial. I have gained her blessing. The voices, they are, listen to the waves of cheers. Listen to the waves of cheers. Oh, wise and noble Arsinosa, the mighty guardian of Septimont, bestow upon her the crown of courage and strength. Walk the steps after Arsinosa. When the cries of triumph resonate with the earth, we see the fire of humanity blaze across Septimont. Wave after wave of applause, the Septimonts salute me as I advance. Oh, sun and moon, witness this extraordinary feat. Witness her epic dedication to Septimont. As the platform rises, you realize that earning Arsinosa's blessing, you have been granted a privilege. They are all bowing to me. You are crowned the champion without the great Aeon. Nevertheless, you have already conquered countless gladiators with your strength. Under everyone's gaze, glory now bows at your feet. At last, you stand atop the summit, the champion. Only now, with battle fire cooled in your veins, do your wounds raise their voices in the protest. You have shattered the decaying order with strength, and through strength you shall reshape new rules. You shall wield gladiators' valor with the righteous path. You shall allow no more fragile lives to tremble before death. You shall ensure that your homeland's tragedy will forever be undone. Yet, should these new rules, forged by might, lose their foundation, will they not fall? A cold whisper of unease coils in your chest. Well then, no time for pointless pondering now. From this day forward, your sword, your honor, your 2 lives shall serve Septimont. Oh, Act 4, Chapter 4. The spectators cheer you on, and the story concludes with a happy ending.
一首不长的诗歌的雏形。关于总督，这是我所知道的全部。那么，作为听众，我的讲述，你认为如何？
You mean what you mean is my narration? My throat is dying after all this. I enjoyed it. Nothing special. I still don't know about the effort enough.
这一点，你是对的。诗歌的只语片言所能展现的极为有限，人事物的真实面貌，总是游离在文字之外。我并非英雄史诗的主角，所以始终无法挣脱旁观者的视角。事件本身，还有事中人的心境，我可以模仿，却不能还原。一个不算是建议的建议。若想窥见故事的本真，那就走入其中，成为故事的一部分吧。眼前，恰有个不错的时机。正如我此前所说，你与奥古斯塔，与祈求英雄的诗篇，才刚刚展开新的一页。
You seem to know exactly what I'm about to do.
这并不难猜。命运涌动的涟漪，就像日月星辰流转的轨迹。你会往何处去，本就由你此前迈出的脚步决定。
And the rain stopped. The rain has impeccable timing. First we're called out to story quest, then here.
我听到雨水不再执着于拨弄尘世的琴弦，差不多是该告别的时候了。临行前，我想冒昧地请教各位一个问题：是什么成就了如今傲立于祈求权力之巅的奥古斯塔？王之所以为王，究竟又倚赖何种根本？
这个嘛，我觉得应该是力量吧。没有力量的话，不管怎么想，奥古斯塔都不可能完成那些试炼吧。
But also like preservation, preservation. What's the word again?
漂泊者，你觉得呢？
It was strength and conquest. It was her unyielding resolve. It was born from the hardship of the past. I don't know.
两位不必匆忙作答，带着这份疑问，踏上前路吧。待到一切尘埃落定，我相信，答案自会伫立在我们面前。再会了，我的朋友。你我的相遇，既是注定，也是偶然。
All right, bye. See you later, I guess, if we ever meet again.
在这命定的短暂交汇之后，与我有关的痕迹，终将遗失在风中。而你，属于你的壮丽篇章，不会落幕。
Oh? Oh no. Is he really Christoforo's doing? Because it's like paper birds, I guess. Shit. Or was it someone else? Because it's like paper cranes and stuff. It might not necessarily be like Christoforo, I guess. Previous day. Is it talking about Iono?
尤诺身为玉女，却行事无度，言辞狂妄，实在有失身份。
没错，他既无召见，也无通报，竟然敢如此无礼，擅闯总督宫。哼，这是在公然挑衅总督宫的威严。
哼，一如既往。诸君，那位玉女迈过的不过是一道低矮的门槛，她既无法承载总督宫的威严，也不必维护任何人脆弱的自尊。
All she crossed was the doorway. Go and roast them, Augusta.
别忘了，世人敬畏的从来不是卡壁托山上的高墙。我的意志，我的剑，我们势不可挡的征服，才是。我知道你们在恐惧什么。你们害怕一位玉女的声音 凌驾于你们之上，畏惧一个离经叛道的蜀民，动摇元老院的规矩。但听好了，权柄从来不会垂怜虚与委蛇的可怜虫。想要的，那就别藏在阴影里，拿出胆量，向我证明你们的资格。
Bird. Oh, Iono. And there's an apple.
奥古斯塔，
至少也得给我留点应付元老的时间吧。那下次，为了不让尊贵的玉女等得太久，我还是学聪明点，放元老们去折腾就好。总之，给足元老们发挥的余地，让他们把你刚才的丰功伟绩原原本本的记下来，再一字不漏的告诉莉莉贝婆婆。
Oh, the current hit priestess.
玉女尤诺行为不端，擅离四方殿，私闯总督宫。有点好奇，到时候你和婆婆谁会先起红脸？
Probably the granny.
可以啊，尽管让那些老狐狸去告状好了。他们敢左脚踏进四方殿的大门，我就拿月弓射他们的左脚；右脚先踏，我就直接射右脚。
这个我赞成，时不时的提醒一下元老院的各位也好，别因为四方殿的仁慈，忘记了我们玉女尤诺的厉害。怎么不在四方殿等我？事情我都安排好了，今晚就能启程去寿元。有什么变化的话，随时用终端联系我，倒不用专程跑来气球城。至少在那件事到来前，我不希望你被所谓的责任束缚。
Aww.
你想多了哦，奥古斯塔。我是来见那个人的。莉莉贝婆婆说，命运在她身上是一片不可知的空白。既然是这么有趣的事，勉强腾出点空闲也理所应当吧。
Is it talking about Rover? But he's not. Maybe it is Rover, because it's only the previous day. So we should be here already.
可惜，从拉古纳来的船要明天早上才能到。那会儿，我们大概已经在寿元了。
真麻烦。
侯二阳，耐心点嘛。既然漂泊者接受了总督宫的邀请，之后的巡狩，你们有的是相处的机会。就没有其他想说的？
我看到了莉莉贝婆婆的预言书。这次巡狩，还有我们的计划。
Oh dear.
一个结果都不算好。
Is it regarding Threnodian?
我们还要继续吗？
风险在我这里可不是件坏事。足够危险，也就意味着需要足够强大的英雄。说起来，你什么时候也在一起四方殿那套做法了？
听吧，七丘的无信者们，高天的神已经怒不可遏。倘使七丘的君主再次藐视神的旨意，毁灭即是七丘的命运。最近我听到贵族们又在窃窃私语，议论着来自拉古纳的久远预言。
我承认拉古纳人这套陈词滥调，在当年的确极有威胁性。但是很遗憾，七丘的先祖们乘船渡海登上高地的时候，拉古纳的神可没买上船票。而且玉女们说过，那则预言并不完整。唯有手握非凡力量，自黑色浪潮中崛起的英雄王，能使七丘永恒。他将平息汹涌的暗流与风波，以救王的血为无上的荣耀加冕。
Blood of the Old King. Who? Was it like one of the older, like, immortal rulers of Septimon that was corrupted by the Thrunodian? Heroes of Heroes. The legendary ruler of Septimon, the legend traces his roots to an ancient prophecy that only the one who becomes a hero of heroes can save Septimon from falling into ruin.
别忘了，这是古老拉古纳预言的延续。法比乌、阿提留斯、威利瑞尔，一代又一代英雄王，一次次的将七丘从困厄中解放。只要英雄依旧在，任何危难都无法撼动这座不朽之城。
假如这次是个例外呢？毁灭才是命运给我们的答案。
那就用我的剑，将灾厄的命运就此斩断。
Nice, let's go.
你笑什么啊？
原来胆大妄为的玉女尤诺也会有被吓到的一天。倒也无所谓。要是怕的话，别勉强自己。接下来的事，我一个人就够了。
No.
尊敬的玉女，请在四方殿静候我凯旋的号角吧。
怕？我有什么好怕？倒是你，该不会要一个人扛下所有，想把我排除在外吧？好啊，反正你迟早要回来找我的。
这确实是无法否认的事。
果然，这场狩猎没我是行不通的。
谢谢你，尤诺。
干嘛突然说这个呀？
Red flag alert. Someone's gonna die. Death flag.
高天的风暴就要来了，走吧，尤诺，我的挚友，迎接风暴的。
Oops, I skipped too quickly. Oh, and it's over. Is that it? I thought it was like going to be some kind of event or something, but I guess not. Yeah, I thought it was an event. Is there any more after story? Nope, no after story. We are done. So yeah, it gave us some very interesting insight about Augusta, and yeah, she really just she made herself. She had some help, but she really did make herself. And her relationship with Iono is also kind of cute. They just rely on each other. They support each other. It's great.